Okay, good morning students. Today we will do some question from Sangam's Mathematics Book 8 Geometry. Topic is parallel exercise 5.1b. Group B, continue. Question number 5. Find the size of unknown angles in the following figures. Okay, we have to find the values of x, y and z. Here z and 80 degree are co-interior angles, so we can write z plus 80 degree equal to 180 degree because being co-interior angles, therefore z equal to 180 minus 80, that is 100 degree. After this, x equal to z, vertical opposite angle, so we can write now x equal to z equal to 100 degree, being vertical opposite angles, being vertically opposite angles. Now, after this, y and x are equal, they are corresponding angles. Then we can write y equal to x equal to 100 degree, being corresponding angles. So we can write x equal to y equal to z equal to 100 degree. Now, next question for B. On B, we have to find the value of x, y, z from this figure. Now, its solution here. X and 100 are quadrant angles, so we can write x equal to 100 degree, 110 degree, x equal to 110 degree because being alternate angles. Then x and y are co-interior. Now x plus y equal to 180 degree because being co-interior angles, or value of x is 110, so 110 degree plus y equal to 180 degree. Therefore, y equal to 180 minus 110, that is 70 degree. And then y and z are alternate angles, so we can write then z equal to y equal to 70 degree, being alternate angles. So x equal to 110 degree, y equal to 70 degree, and z equal to 70 degree. Now, next question, and C, we have to find the values of A, B, x, y, and z from this figure. Now, the solution. For C, solution here. This angle is 120, so x and 120 they are linear pairs, so we can write x plus 120 equal to 180 degree because being linear pair, therefore x equal to 180 minus 120, that is 60 degree. Then A and x are alternate angles, so we can write A equal to x equal to 60 degree because being alternate angles, being ordinary angles. So A equal to x equal to 60. Then after finding A and B are corresponding. So now B equal to A equal to 60 degree, being corresponding angles. B and A are corresponding angles. So B equal to A equal to 60 degree. Then after finding this, B and Z are linear pairs. So then B plus Z equal to 180 degree, because being linear pair, or value of A is 60, so 60 degree plus Z equal to 180 degree. Therefore Z equal to 180 minus 60, that is 120 degree. Now after finding Z, Y and Z are corresponding. So again Y equal to Z equal to 120 degree, because being corresponding angles. So A equal to B equal to 60 degree, X equal to also 60. So A equal to B equal to X equal to 60 degree, and Y equal to Z equal to 120 degree. This is the answer. Okay students, now 5D. On this figure we have to find the values of X, Y and Z. Now the solution here. Y and 70 are corresponding angles, so we can write Y equal to 70 degree, because being corresponding angles, Then after finding Y, then Y, Z and 85 makes half circle, that is straight angle. So we can write now Y plus Z plus 85 degree equal to 180 degree, being sum of parts of a straight angle. Y, Z and 85 makes an straight angle, so their sum is 180 degree, being sum of parts of a straight angle. Or the value of Y is 70 degree, so 70 degree plus Z plus 85 degree equal to 180 degree, or Z plus 70 plus 85, that is 155 degree equal to 180 degree. Therefore Z equal to 180 minus 155, that is 25 degree. Value of Z is 25 degree. Now we have to find X. X and Z are corresponding angles. Then we can write X equal to Z equal to 25 degree, because being corresponding angles. So X equal to Z equal to 25 degree and Y equal to 70 degree. This is the answer. Now next question E. Only you have to find the values of A, B and X from this figure. Now on this figure we have to find the value of X, A and B. Now its solution. Here A and 4x are corresponding angles, so we can write A equal to 4x and B equal to B and 5x are also corresponding, so B equal to 5x, because being corresponding angles. After this, at this point, here are three angles A, B and 243. Reflex angle 243. Here sum makes an complete turn or complete angle, that is 360. So we can write now A plus B plus 243 degree equal to 360 degree, because being sum of parts of complete angle or complete turn. Then value of A is 4x plus value of B is 5x plus 243 equal to 360 degree, or 4x plus 5x, that is 9x plus 243 degree equal to 360 degree, or 9x equal to 360 minus 243, that is 10 minus 3, 7, 5 minus 4, 1, then 3 minus 2, 1, 170 degree. Therefore, x equal to 170 divided by 9, 9 1 then 9, remaining 2, 2 7, 27, 9 3 is 27. So, value of x is 30 degree. Then, A equal to 4x, 4 into x is 30 degree, 52 degree. Again, B equal to 5x, B equal to 5x, B equal to 5x. So 5 into value of x is 30 degree, that is 65 degrees. So A equal to 52 degree, B equal to 65 degree, and x equal to 30 degree. This is the required answer. Okay, students, now 5F. On this figure, we have to find the value of x. Now its solution. Here, x has two parts. Upper part, this angle suppose A. The lower part, this angle suppose B. Now A and 40 are ordered angles, so you can write A equal to 40 degree, and B and 35 are also ordered angles, so B equal to 35 degree. Reason being, alternate angles. Then x is the sum of A and B. Upper part A, lower part of x B. So now we can write x equal to A plus B, being whole part axiom sum of A and B, that is makes x. So this equal to A 40 degree plus B 35 degree makes 75 degree. So the value of x is 75 degree. This is the answer. Okay, students, now question number 6. Find the unknown angles in the following figures. For A, this figure. Here we have to find the value of x. This angle 55, that 35. Now its solution. Here AB parallel to CD. Angle BSO equal to 55 angle DRO equal to 25, x equal to question mark. Now construction through point O we can draw imaginary line MN which is parallel to AB and CD both. Construction through point O, draw imaginary line MN so that AB parallel with MN parallel with CD. All three lines becomes parallel. AB parallel to MN parallel to CD. Then that angle SOM equal to A, upper part of X A, that angle SOM equal to A, and angle ROM, that is B, lower part of X B, angle ROM B, angle ROM equal to B. Then you can say A and 55 alternate angles, B and 25 are also alternate angles. So you can write A equal to 55 degrees and B equal to 25 degrees, being alternate angles, A and 55 are alternate angles in AB parallel to MN, and B and 35 are also alternate angles in MN parallel to CD. So, being alternate angles in AB parallel MN and MN parallel CD respectively. Again, now to find the value of x. X is sum of A and B, all part equals to x equal to A plus B. Upper part of x is A, lower part of x is B, so x is sum of A and B. This is equal to being whole parts axiom. Now value of A is 55, B is 35. This is equal to 90 degrees. So the required value of x is 90 degree. Required value of x is 90 degree, which is the answer. Okay, students, now 6b. In this figure, we have to find this reflex angle x, find value of x. Now its solution here. AB parallel to CD, angle BSO 60 degree, angle DMO 40 degree, x equal to question mark. Now construction. Through point O, we can draw imaginary line suppose its name XY. Construction, we can write through through point O and imaginary line XY is drawn such that AB parallel to XY parallel to CD, such that AB parallel to XY parallel to CD. All three lines parallel AB, XY and CD. Then that upper part of X, this angle be A, angle SOY. Angle SOY equal to A. And suppose this lower part of X, this angle B. Angle NOY B. Angle NOY equal to B. Then A and 60, they are co-interior angles, so we can write A plus 60 equal to 180 degree, and B plus 40 equal to 180 degree. They are also co-interior angles. B plus 40 equal to 180 degree, because being co-interior angles in AB parallel to XY and XY parallel to CD respectively. Therefore, A equal to 180 minus 60, 120, and B equal to 180 minus 40, 140. Again, we have to find the value of X. X is the sum of A and B. Upper part of X is angle A, lower part of X is angle B. So, we can write X equal to A plus B, because being both parts axiom. Now value of A is 120, B is 140. Now it becomes 260 degree. So the value of X is 260 degree. This is the answer. Now let question C. In this figure, we have to find the value of X. So this one here, AB parallel to CD, angle DQE equal to 48 degree, angle PEQ is 100 degree, X equal to question mark. Now construction. Through point E, draw an imaginary line which is parallel to AB and CD. Name MN. Construction. Through point A, an imaginary line MN is drawn such that AB parallel to MN parallel to CD, AB parallel to MN parallel to CD. All three lines becomes parallel. Then let upper part of 100 be A, lower part of 100 be B. That angle PEM equal to A, and angle QEM equal to B. angle QEM equal to B. Then B and 48 are alternate angles. A and X are alternate angles. So then A equal to X and B equal to 48 degree, because being alternate angles in AB parallel to MN and MN parallel to CD respectively. A and X are alternate angles in AB parallel to MN, and B and 48 are also alternate angles in MN parallel to CD. Again, this 100 is the sum of A and B, so we can write A plus B equal to 100 degree, because being both parts axiom, or value of A is X, value of B is 48, X plus 48 equal to 100 degree, therefore X equal to 100 minus 48, that is 52 degree. So the required value of X is 52 degree. This is the answer. Okay, now next question, 6D. This is the figure. In this figure, we have to find the value of X. Now it's also that AB parallel to CD, angle ALE 30, ALE equal to 30 degree, angle LFG 65, LFG 65, angle DJH, angle DAH equal to 45 degree, X equal to how much? Question mark. Now construction. We will need double construction through point G and F. We have to draw imaginary parallels. So PQ RS construction through point G through point F and G, the imaginary lines PQ and RS are drawn so that AB parallel to PQ parallel to RS parallel to CD, so that all four lines AB, PQ, RS, CD becomes parallel. Then that upper part of 65, suppose A, lower part of 65 B, and upper part of X suppose M, lower part of X suppose N. That angle LFP or P of L B A. Angle P of L A. Angle G of P B. Angle G of P B. Angle FGSM and angle JGSN. Angle JGS equal to N. That is suppose. After this, you can see AN 30 are corresponding angles. Then A equal to 30 degree corresponding angles. Similarly, N equal to 45 degree corresponding angles. Being corresponding angles in AB parallel PQ and RS parallel CD respectively. Similarly, this B equal to M, D equal to M, they are ordered angles. B equal to M being alternate angles in PQ parallel RS. After this M, X is the sum of M and N, and X is sum of M and N. Upper part of X M, lower part of X is N. X equal to M plus N, being whole parts axiom, being whole parts axiom. So X equal to value of M plus N. M equal to B first of all A plus B equal to 65. You can write then A plus B equal to 65. Two parts of 65 are A and B. A plus B equal to 65 being whole part exam, or value of A is 30 degree plus B equal to 65 degree. Therefore B equal to 65 minus 30, that is 35 degree. B equal to 35 degree, and then M equal to B. M equal to B being alternate angles in PQ parallel RS. Again M equal to B, so therefore M equal to 35 degree. Again X equal to M plus N, whole part axiom. X equal to M plus N being whole parts axiom. So value of M is 35 and value of N is 45. It becomes 80 degree. So the value of X is 80 degree. This is the required answer. Okay students, now next question 6e. In this figure we have to find the value of X. Now it's also here AB parallel to CD, angle ABC equal to 80 degree, angle double C ABCD, that this point E, AB parallel to AD, angle ABC equal to 80 degree, angle CD equal to 110 degree, x equal to question mark. Now construction, extend AD up to BC. This meeting point is F. So construction, produce AD up to point F of BC. Then angle 110 and FDC, linear pair. So we can write angle FDC plus 110 equal to 180 degree, because being linear pair 110 and angle FDC make triangle linear pair. Therefore, angle FDC equal to 70 degree. 180 minus 110, 70 degree. After this, angle BFD plus 80. Angle BFD, this angle and 80 degree, coordinate angles. Angle BFD plus 80 degree equal to 180 degree, because being co-interior angles. Therefore, angle BFD equal to 180 minus 80, 100 degree, and angle DFC and BFD linear pair. So we can write angle BFD plus angle DFC. Angle DFC equal to 180, because being linear pair, or BFD, that is 100 degree plus angle DFC equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle DFC equal to 80 degree. Again, in triangle DFC, x plus angle DFC plus angle FBC. Angle FBC equal to 180 degree, because sum of angles of triangle is 180 degree, or x plus DFC is 80 plus FDC is 70 equal to 180 degree. Therefore, x equal to 180 minus 80 minus 70, that is 30 degree. So the value of x is 30 degree. This is the answer. Okay, student, now next question 6F. In this figure, we have to find the value of x. Next, solution here. QP parallel to ST angle RQP PQR angle PQR equal to 125 degree. Angle SRQ equal to 30 degree. X equal to question mark. Now construction. Through point R, we can draw imaginary line. Suppose RM is parallel to QP, parallel to ST. So construction through point R and imaginary line RM is drawn such that RM parallel to QP parallel to ST. RM parallel to QP parallel to ST. Then this angle MRQ and 125 coincident angles. So you can write angle MRQ plus 125 equal to 180 degree, being co-interior angles in RM parallel to QP. Therefore, angle MRQ equal to 180 minus 25, that is 5, 7 minus 2, 5. MRQ is 55 degree. Then this angle MRS and X are coordinated, so angle this MRS plus X equal to 180 degree, being co-interior angles in RM parallel ST, or MRS is the sum of MRQ and 30, so MRS is angle MRQ plus 30 degree, MRQ plus 30 makes MRS, so MRQ plus 30 plus X equal to 180 degree, or MRQ is 55 plus 30 plus X equal to 180 degree. Therefore, X equal to 180 minus 55 minus 30, that is 95 degree. So the value of X is 95 degree. This is the answer. Okay, student, next question 6G. In this figure, we have to find the value of X. Now its solution. Here PQ parallel to ST, angle RST equal to 130 degree, angle QRS is 20 and X equal to how much? Now construction. Through point R, we can draw an imaginary line which is parallel to PQ and ST. R M. Construction through point R, an imaginary line RM is drawn so that PQ parallel to ST parallel to RM. PQ parallel to ST parallel to RM. All three lines becomes parallel. Then angle SRM plus 130, 180. They are co-interior angles, so angle SRM plus 130 equal to 180 degree, being co-interior angles in ST parallel RM. Therefore, angle SRM equal to 180 minus 130, that is 50 degree. After this, angle QRM and X are equal. QRM and X are equal. Alternate angles in PQ parallel RM. And angle QRM, angle X equal to angle QRM plus X equal to QRM, that is being alternate angles in PQ parallel RM. PQ parallel RM, or X equal to QRM. QRM is sum of 20 and SRM. QRM equal to 20 plus angle SRM, being whole parts axiom, because QRM equal to 20 plus SRM, or X equal to 20 plus SRM is 50. Therefore, X equal to 50 plus 20, 70. So, the value of X is 70 degree. This is the answer. So, the value of X is 70 degree. Now, next question for us. We have to find the value of X in this figure. Now, its solution. Here, AB parallel to D, angle BCD equal to 20 degree, angle CDE equal to 110 degree, X equal to question mark, and for X equal to question mark. Now, construction. Through point C, we can draw an imaginary line which is parallel to C, imaginary line C, M. Then D parallel to AB parallel to CM. Construction. Through point C, an imaginary line CM is drawn. Imaginary line CM is drawn so that AB parallel to CM parallel to D. All three lines AB, CM and D are parallel to each other. Then angle DCM and 110 are co-interior, so we can write angle DCM plus 110 equal 110 degree, because being co-interior angles in T parallel CM. Therefore, angle DCM equal 180 minus 110, 70 degree. After this, and for XN angle BCM are other angles. So, for X equal to angle BCM because being alternate angles. In AB parallel CM, being alternate angle in AB parallel CM, or for X equal to angle BCM is sum of DCM and 30. So 30 plus angle DCM, that is angle BCM, being all part axiom, being all parts axiom, or for X equal to 30 plus DCM is 70, or for X equal to 100 degrees, therefore X equal to 25 degrees. So X equal to 25 degree and for X equal to 100 degree. This is the answer. Okay, students. Now next question 6I. In this figure, we have to find the value of X. Now let us do a solution. Here AB parallel to D, angle ABC is 130 degree, angle CDE equal to 110 degree. We have to find the value of X. X equal to question mark. Now construction. Through point C, we can draw imaginary line. Suppose CM construction. So through point C, an imaginary line CM is drawn such that AB parallel to CM parallel to D. All three lines becomes parallel to each other. Then this angle DCM and 110 coincident. So we can write angle DCM plus 110 degree equal to 180 degree because being co-interior angles, in D parallel CM. Therefore, angle DCM equal to 180 minus 110, 70 degree. After this, 130 and this angle BCM, alternate angles. So, and angle BCM equal to 130 degree, being alternate angles, or angle BCM is sum of X and BCM. So X plus angle BCM, that is angle BCM, equal to 130 degree. So for this we can write X plus BCM. So this is whole part axiom, being whole parts axiom, or X plus DCM is 70. So DCM is 70 equal to 130 degree. Therefore, X equal to 130 minus 70, that is 60 degrees. So the value of X is 60 degree. The value of X is 60 degree, which is the answer. Okay, students, this was for today. Have a nice time, have a nice study. See you soon.